Croeso, welcome. Another bit of Wilson and Blackett writing, and this is called the Arthurian Dilemma. And I dive straight in because it's a bit longer than the other ones. So, most Arthurian ideas, which are widespread, turn out to be ill-founded and untrue when examined. English writers always state that Thomas Mallory wrote the great epic of Morte d'Arthur, which dominates the popular study of Arthurian romantic tales. They are deliberately blind to the ascent grail. I'll spell that. It's Y for there in Welsh, ascent, S-E-I-N-T, and then grail, which is G-R-E-A-L. It's a manuscript, which is Welsh. This Welsh record is said in the introduction to have been first set down in 1106, the 6th year of Henry I. It is a much longer collection of linked stories than that of Mallory, but it exhibits very clearly where Mallory literally lifted huge sections of his work verbatim. There is clearly some strange psychological need of a huge order, which motivates Englishmen to wish to claim King Arthur. This is odd, as they invariably wrongly describe themselves as Anglo-Saxon. Yet Arthur was the enemy of the Anglo-Saxons. The ascent growl was set down in 1106. Dafydd ap Gwilym mentioned it, and he died in 1367. Two other poets, Gytir Glyn and Ieuan Ddu, wrote poems concerning it around 1425 and 1450, so it precedes Mallory. Much effort has been consequently expended on discrediting these sources and doubting the ascent growl dating in order to try to win the day for the plagiarizing Mallory. The ascent growl is another disturbing manuscript containing clear Gnostic Christian stories and references which would upset the Church of Rome. It also contains remarkable historical statements which have direct bearing on British origins. In the Arthurian context, it is very, very clearly places Camelot in the southeast of Wales, an upsetting statement of 1106 for Glastonbury and Cadbury Hill enthusiasts. The major seat of the Glamorgan Gwent kings was Caermelin, on the city boundary of Cardiff. If you go on the links, you'll find a video to Caermelin. You can see what the site looks like and the evidence. And it is simple to see how Caermelin could have become Caermelin becomes Caermelot in Norman French. This castle had a second name of Cwbwrdd, meaning the mutually together table. How evocative is that? All this brings us to the crux of the Arthurian dilemma. My cat's interfering. The histories and stories of his, as we have seen them, present King Arthur as a veritable Napoleon or Genghis Khan. Arthur engages in two great military epics. He fights and defeats the Roman Emperor and sweeps across Europe. He else fights and defeats the Angles, the Saxons, the Picts, the Irish, and the Vandals, Mercians. This scenario creates an impossible historical figure. For in order to do this, King Arthur would have to live to be around 200 years old. On this point, historians since Polydore Virgil around 1540 have acted in an unbelievable manner and have discarded the entire Arthurian stories. Instead of simply seeing that medieval writers had muddled together two powerful and illustrious kings to make one giant figure, they accused the recorders of falsehood. Once there is a clear realization that there are two Arthurs involved, we have a very straightforward, well-recorded, very accurate and clear situation. We have an Arthur I and an Arthur II. And from this point onwards, the matter is one of simple analysis. We have a King Arthur I, son of Magnus Maximus, known to Roman writers as Andragathius. He did invade France in 383 AD. He did kill the Roman Emperor Gratian. He did conquer Western Europe. Even all North Africa and Egypt went over to his father, Magnus, Mascon Ledig as he's known. Ridicule has been poured upon medievals identifying Lucius Hibernius as Arthur's Roman emperor opponent. No such emperor is said to have existed, yet, whilst 4, 5 or 6 names are known and recorded for almost every Roman emperor, we have nothing more than Gratian for this ruler. His other names are unknown outside the British record. In the same way, King Arthur is said to have killed the Irish king Rhyta Gawr, or King Rion, in North Wales. This cannot be Arthur II, or Ap Meirig of the 6th century. It is, however, a perfect fit for the invading Irish king Royth, killed in 367, and therefore killed by Arthur I, Ap Magnus Maximus, or Ap Mascum Ledig. The 367 campaign can be traced, and the defeat of the Saxons from the south, the Irish from the west, and the Picts from the north, traced to battle sites and tied in with clear southeast Wales records. The European campaigns of Arthur I, in 383 to 388, can be traced, are in fact well known and recorded, i.e. even Gibbon's Decline and Fall of Rome, siege and capture of Paris, the Battle of Soissons, the capital of Lyon, an execution of Gratian, the attack on Milan, effigies in Modena Cathedral, mosaic in Otranto Cathedral, battles of Batavia and Sisika in what is now Yugoslavia against Theodosius of Constantinople. And you can read more about this in the recently re-released King Arthur Conspiracy book. Out today, I think, on general sale. The illustrious Black Book of Carmarthen, which is also the Harleian 3859 MSS, gives detail of Arthur I, son of Magnus. Further detailed descents are in the equally ancient British Museum Vespasium A.xiv and Harleian 4181, and in numerous lives of saints and other royal genealogies. There can be no doubt that the Arthurian story of the defeat of Rome is absolute fact. The medievals are muddled over two Arthurs, but they emphatically did not lie. Every character in the tales can be traced historically. All right, I'm going to go on more about who these King Arthurs were soon. Till the next time, Heddwch.